The CinemaCam has the...
oh, the ergy-jerkies?
yeah.
It is smooth on the
Yeah.
web feed.
Yep, I looked at it. The good news is that NDI stream for the upper camera came back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swap it all around again.
So are we suspecting the temperature issue there?
Yeah, could be.
Where's that bottle at? Oh, let's see. WCA. Stereo cams at 73
Bridge now.
and cinema cams at 65.
Can you cancel that current move and move 50 meters at bearing 080? Copy, thank you.
Zero 085?
080. They had put in, looks like 050 accidentally.
Yeah, I got another cucumber or holothurian up there, or a rock.
I think that one might be a rock, that black one.
Yeah.
I think it's a rock.
Are those water drops in the camera, or is that just schmutz on the outside?
Yeah, at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could you try and manually zoom on that, Dave? See if that's water or schmutz?
What are we talking about?
In the Zeus has got a couple of little, I don't know, it might be water or it might be, you can't zoom in on it.
Yeah.
It's up at the top. If you zoom out, maybe you could focus on it though.
I don't see it.
There are little dark spots near the top center.
Oh, I see that one. Yeah, okay. I don't seem to be able to focus on it.
I'll have to take a look at it.
I can't pull it into focus.
We went from blue water to sand.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
Definitely sand, slightly more interesting than blue water. I love the ripples.
Yeah, I like the view from Atalanta with the light on the ripples.
not hard to figure out where's uphill.
Interesting patterns here, especially in the fisheye camera.
Yeah,
Does
the
it
Makes it
spell
look like
out
you're
anything?
orbiting Jupiter or something.
bioturbation is like within these little ripples, right?
Yeah. Or it could be someone took a stick and wrote a message in the sands, trying to turn my head to see you. No, I'm not making anything out.
I think those ripples are like like a critter was around here. This
Yep.
Yeah, the curling ones are.
there might
Could-
be something hiding underneath those.
Yep, could be a
sediments.
worm, could be a gastropod, could be a sea cucumber. Any of those things can kind of make some of that bioturbation.
Some relief getting picked out by the sonar, scanning sonar.
Bridge now. Can we move another 50 meters at bearing 080, please? Thank you.
Oh. There we go. You know, I took a photo with the cinema cam and that caused it to black out and maybe start being herky-jerky again, so I wonder if that's part of the problem.
Well, I've been doing other things. I
Oh,
didn't realize you were
sorry,
taking
I
a
thought-
picture. I've been trying to sort out where the problem lies, and I'm not being very successful at it.
All right. If you want me to avoid touching anything, I can do that.
Yeah, if you can.
Sure. It does look like Jupiter in the wide angle. That's cool. Like we're seeing the whole of
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Yeah. Out the window of the orbiter.
Yeah, somebody in the chat just posed a kind of like a weird question, but I think it says like, why does the seafloor often sometimes look like someone has been raking it?
Yeah. So what we're seeing, at least right now, are these ripples, but they're being heavily influenced by the slope that we're on. So that's what makes them so long and straight and parallel, is that there's in addition to the force of the current moving across that's moving sand or sediment, there's also this gravitational force being applied to it and just stretching those ripples out. But generally speaking, this is the result of current that is, at very small increments, picking up little bits of sediment, moving them along, causing them to pile up and then fall down the piles. And these ripples, if we sat here for 6 months, we'd see those ripples move.
Oh, yeah, not good.
Ever.
So no sea pen so far.
No fish.
No fish.
Esteban, I'm going to reset the DVL.
Copy.
A sea cucumber and a shrimp. I bet there's more. I bet if we were like sitting on the seafloor and could stay steady and focus and really tight, there'd be little critters moving around out here. Some of that bioturbation could even be kind of feeding marks. I know in the shallows I've watched fish come on and like scoop stuff up and kind of filter out small crustaceans and worms and things.
Oh, really?
And
Is it a
snails.
particular type of fish that does that, or?
Well, in the shallows I've seen it, like sometimes jacks I've seen do that, goatfish, just a variety of things that have swooped in. And I think it was a jack in Hagen that I really saw do this, and it was scooping up these little bubble snails. It was kind of interesting.
Oh my gosh.
That was fabulous. It was like black sand and these little white bubble snails, and the fish would just come in and like scoop them up.
Oh my goodness.
And left kind of these trails. But it could be so many different things. And sometimes you think it's something boring like sand, and then you sit down and there's little tiny micro mollusk and
I mean, almost any spot if we
there's
wanted
something
to.
moving.
Yep.
What is it?
What is that?
Is it a sand dollar or something?
Mollusk?
We go.
A little clam,
Can we zoom
maybe?
in on that?
Yeah, it's right to the, wait, we can use this. It's right there. Oh, wait, no. Right there. Oh, I missed it. How do I get out of that? Where did it go?
Anyone still have eyes
It's
on it?
right there.
Yeah.
I think it hides in a shell, like a shell. The white.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on that, Dave?
Oh, it looks like
A
maybe a
scallop.
scallop or something. A little bivalve.
A scallop at 2,500 meters?
It was happy as a clam to see us.
Is this a normal depth range for scallops?
I don't know. Interesting.
Wild.
Were there any requests for bivalves or only for gastropods? It's really pretty.
Yeah, it might be worth a slurp. I don't know if we know much about scallops at this depth.
Not certain it's a scallop, but it would make sense. Let me see if there's
What do we
any.
got for our positioning?
It'd be pretty hard to stay here that long,
Okay.
but we could. Atalanta's about to start pulling us forward, but we could
I
come
say, I
back.
don't think we have any
All right.
bivalves listed in our guides. They're all
Says
gastropods.
20 to 200 meters
For
for deep sea scallops.
Interesting. Okay, it's probably worth sampling if we can do it.
Yep.
Bridge now. Can we move 30 at bearing 260, please?
Something brand new.
260, please.
I know, it could be a new species.
Perfect, thank you.
Scalopensis ericaensis.
Sounds beautiful.
But it's really, yeah, it rolls off the tongue.
We get settled on the bottom. And we're touching on Atalanta.
Yeah, Atalanta's about to start pulling as well.
All right, move on.
Thanks for trying. We did get pictures of it at least, and now we know.
Is that a sea cucumber on the top view?
Oh yeah, sea cucumber coming up.
Yep.
Keep going, it's good.
Here we go, here we go.
Robert, will you stop? I think Atalanta is thrusting as well.
Zooming ahead.
Sorry guys, we tail behind the ship pretty far on moves here.
No worries.
Yeah.
Shrimp. And another shrimp.
We saw it moved out of the way, yeah. Wasn't just a shell. Yeah.
And another shrimp.
Another shrimp.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Not another shrimp.
Oh, there's something sticking out of the sand. Maybe a sea pen that we just went over.
I think Atalanta's gonna probably... you turn your mic on? That's all right. What did you say? That looks about right. We're right on top.
Can we do a snap zoom on that sticky uppy thing?
Your call, Esteban.
Yeah. Let's zoom in.
Yeah. Don't know what it is. Looks like a...
Kind of looks like a siphon of a mollusk.
Really?
Could be. It
That's
could be a
pretty
stocky
enormous.
thing. Maybe not. How big is that? Maybe not. It's pretty bigger than I realized it was.
No.
It does not.
All right.
I take it back.
Move
Definitely
on.
not a siphon. It would not be that fuzzy. Adam really wants a sea pen.
I gotta get a sea pen. My Nautilus bingo card is almost complete.
Bridge down.
What do you get if you fill it?
One more dive?
Can we move 30 at bearing 280, please? At 180, please. At 080, please. Yes, thank you. Ooh-wee.
Another sea cucumber.
Esteban, I imagine Atalanta's going to start moving to the north as
Okay.
well. Now
I'll
that
start
we've
crabbing that way. Yep.
stopped that thrusting.
We're coming up on a little relief.
Are you saying it's your last chance for a sea pen?
Yep.
What's that?
There's a big holothurian there.
Maybe.
What
Can
is
we
that?
zoom on that? Could also be a mollusk. We were looking at some pictures earlier.
Really?
I was
That's
gonna say,
pretty
is that the one I
cool.
pointed
I
out?
think so. Maybe. That's what I was just thinking. That was pretty cool. I don't remember which guide that was in.
That is the one I pointed out.
What is that?
I think it may. I can't tell if it's a sea cucumber or if it's one of these mollusks. I think it's a sea cucumber.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
frill around
I think
the
it's
bottom.
that frilled sea cucumber. Let me see if I can find the name on it.
Purple haze.
It's really pretty.
It is a great color.
All in my
Nice
brain.
color. It's moving.
Cool. You guys ready to move on?
Yep.
Sweet.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's an inaccuracies. Might be mispronouncing that.
Yeah. It was at 5 originally, and then it came down to 1 at depth, but it's been staying constant. Yeah, yeah. That's why I didn't raise a flag, but I was keeping a close eye on it. Didn't get bumped up any higher than usual, so
Bridge now. Can we move another 30 meters at 080, please? Thank you.
I think that's a... Is there a fish? No, not a fish. Sorry.
Oh,
Didn't
you're
mean to-
such a
I'm sorry.
tease,
I'm
such a
sorry.
False alarm.
tease.
False alarm.
But what about that on the right? Is that a sea pen?
On the
Point it out,
right.
please.
There was something near the rock. It's all the way over here. Oh, I just don't know what I did. I lost the telestrator right in front of that rock, but it might just be another one of those dead stalks. It looked like it had a little more. If it is, it's not in good shape.
Yeah.
No.
Former sea pen? All right.
That's good enough. Thank you. Onward and upwards. There's some rock at least. There's another one like right ahead of us.
Yeah, but I do feel like that.
Okay, copy.
Oh, you gotta sit here for a minute? Can you zoom on that one that we're just got centered up there?
We zoom in, Dave.
I almost want to like dig it up and see what's at the base.
Something floating next to it. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's just detritus.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll eventually find a
It
happy one.
almost looks like there's something sticking out of the very end of it.
Yeah, like a tongue.
Yeah.
Is the telestrator back?
Yes.
You draw something on it? Just, yep, thank you.
What did I hit that it left?
Nothing. It was a complete coincidence. Windows decided it was time to do updates.
Yeah, that's, there's three things that are sure in life. Death, taxes, and Windows updates when you least need them.
Yep.
I felt like the telestrator was rejecting me.
No.
Did you register your fingerprints?
Yeah, right.
We have an interesting...
I know, it was like unauthorized finger. It's because I didn't use the stylus.
No problem. Just hold your credit card up to that camera that's right in front of you.
I'll be better.
And then turn it around so I can see the back side of it.
Oh, I do see a fish.
Where? Oh,
In
I
the
see
wide
it
angle.
now. On the, it's going to be up on the right top
Yep.
corner.
Oh, it's gonna be a big one.
Oh, it's not centered.
Let's see if we
That's
can catch up to it.
Off screen. There it is on the fisheye. Still center. There it is.
Gonna reset the DVL.
Can we zoom in?
Looking like a halosaur.
Yeah.
Got that flat head. Looks a little bit like a duck.
Like a duck?
Yeah, like a duckbill.
Yeah.
Thank you for catching the fish.
Yeah, we got the first fish.
I'm gonna keep chasing it as long as I can. This is a good exercise.
It's like lighter colored than some of the others we've seen.
I wonder if it's like the shallow fish, like, well, that doesn't make much sense.
Can we
It's
zoom
like
in a little, Dave? Try and see if
fish
I
in the
can
shallows
get a
can
little
change
closer.
their coloration sometimes to match their background, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense down here.
Oh, yeah. It could be albino.
I didn't like the lasers.
Did not like the lasers.
Thank you. Johan, do we have a waypoint track, or we're kind of going to it?
We're going at 080
Okay.
right now. Yeah, it's still like 400 meters away.
Seems like we have a rock formation or something a bit further up.
Oh, there's some rocks coming.
Let me see if it's possible. Tilt that way and tilt up.
That some talus, maybe?
Yep. There's our talus slope.
So we're in a pretty good spot to sample anywhere in this area.
Great. So let's see. Lots of good options here, Esteban.
Yep.
Until we get close and then find out they're all glued together.
Of course. Or they're absolutely ginormous underneath the
Yeah.
sediment.
I like,
Okay, cool. Let me tilt down. I think we can settle down here.
Yeah, is it caught on us? Looks like it.
Let me know if you want me to move or do something else, Robert.
Yeah, will you come south, Esteban, to starboard?
Yep. Starboard. Let me know how much more you guys want.
We have a question about the fish in deep sea. It says, is there a reason deep sea fish tend to have like a whip-like tail as opposed to a V-shaped tail that lots of fish have?
Um, we think it's a little more energy efficient.
Okay.
So being down here where food is more scarce and it's darker, being a little more efficient with your swimming style is helpful. And so we think it's really kind of a energy efficiency. They don't have to build up quite as much muscle to maneuver as they would with, like, say, a typical forked caudal fin that we're used to seeing in shallow fish.
So it looks like it's coming up on Atalanta's starboard.
Yep.
And coming over and across onto Atalanta's port.
Okay.
So maybe we actually need to
Move forward. And then around.
forward or to port
Okay.
and have Atalanta come down a little bit. Okay. Atalanta's pretty stationary at the moment.
Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah, fish.
I think that's the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Looks slightly better. Can you try and turn the auto head off and then try and recenter it? See if we can get all that straightened out. Okay. Cool.
Hey,
Hey.
we're doing a little Atalanta untangling. Our own tether. But, yeah.
might have a loop on the top. Yeah. Yep. Full beans. I'm pretty sure it's also wrapped around the wire. I don't know, or I don't know if it has the. That's just the buoy. Bring it up. I'll stop. Out. If you can bring Atalanta up, see if we can get the. Yeah, go for it.
Please stand by. We're switching shifts.
don't even know if we can. You could ask Sam.
Hey, Sam. We have some people asking if they can see the camera with the tether. That you can see the tether. Is it possible to show them that?
Yeah, just say we're just straightening some things out technologically.
Tough, everyone. Just trying to get situated as we log on. This is 12 to 4 shift. Trying to straighten out the tethered wires between Atlanta and Hercules. And then as soon as we get that situated, we'll be exploring off the shores of American Samoa. So stay tuned. Thank you for your patience.
Well, I'm glad we got that sorted.
The thing being a rock collection.
Do you want a rock from this talus field, or do you want to wait?
We do. Adam says that's the best he's going to get, so
Okay.
today's version of doing the Adam thing is just picking up a rock at each waypoint.
Just anyone?
Yep.
Sweet.
Any rock in rock will do.
Well, that's hard to choose then. So many good ones.
Gotta sample them all.
I know. We should print like a little holster for it. We are going up slope, and it's going to be east. East.
But we would like to land as soon as possible to take a rock sample before we go any further. As soon as you're ready. Front row, you're not on SPL, but perhaps you're ready to be on SPL again now that you're straightened out?
Yeah, Gabby, you want to put your headset on? Okay. She's not ready yet. She needs some time.
Understood. That's right. We've got your vital signs in mission control on the back row. We'll measure your pulse rate.
085.
Yep, 085 is the pulse rate, and decreasing. As soon as we get down to a heading of 061, we'll be ready to go. We'll know that Gabby's calm. We'll be striving not to go any further than southeast today. We don't need more than 120 BPM.
Yeah, no, keep it below that
Yeah.
for sure.
Hey, okay, cool. We're in business.
Wonderful.
We're on the bottom. Robert, help me sort out that tangle. And
Yeah, that was a tough one.
We were just speculating in the back row whether Herc was really monitoring its heading or your pulse rate.
Whether Herc was what?
Monitoring heading or your pulse rate.
Yeah,
we saw it come down from like 120 to 85. And we thought, okay, heading. Gabby will be ready to put her headset on soon.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly what was happening. Yeah, I think we're all sorted out.
Okay, so Adam would like us to pick up a rock at your earliest convenience before we go any further along the track line.
Okay,
now that we're straightened out, so if we could head on down, and it doesn't have to be in situ, he's happy for it just to be a loose rock fragment anywhere here.
A loose rock fragment, oh.
Because we have lots of them, right?
Yeah,
and
I actually know a person
like
who can...
as good as he thinks he's going to get. You know a person who's a loose rock fragment? Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, no, I know a person who knows how to pick up loose rock fragments. Megan is an arm operator on a different style of arm, but is a great candidate for...
She knows a thing or two about loose rocks.
Knows a thing or two about loose rocks.
I definitely know things about rocks.
And could probably pick one up pretty well with this style of arm, too.
Oh. That's the wrong pen. I was about to draw on the telestrator with.
Yeah, anything that you're interested
Nice
in here?
Angular one, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that one, if it can be plucked out.
Okay.
The little one or the one next to it?
I think that little one's probably adequate, right? I think
Okay.
Adam wants to get a rock from every waypoint.
Oh, okay. He wants like
So
6 rocks?
if he's going to want multiple rocks, we should go for little ones.
Okay.
10 centimeter, not 30 centimeter rocks.
I am fine with that.
Oh, I saw that one that you have outside. Oh my goodness.
Do you want to come
Need a
around?
bigger ship.
Yeah.
Grab the little, where's the little stool?
Do y'all want to borrow the little stool that's over here? 'Cause
Yeah,
there's an
we need
extra.
the little stool.
Got you.
Okay. So the difference between this and the arm you're used to using, there are many differences. So it's hot right now. See, blue button has been pressed, which means you'll be live as soon as you press the re-index. Now, to start with, I'm going to lock azimuth for you just for the first times you move it, just so you're not surprised by it. But everything else is at your disposal. Pick it up. It's definitely a two-handed topside controller. And I would go, this hand's going to be on here, and this hand's going to be at the elbow. And then you're going to have, this is your index button here. The little button, that's the point. And let me give you a little bit better view. So you don't have any azimuth, but you're going to have everything else. And remember, this arm is very much touchier than the one you're used to. So I would start by giving it a little like pitch up with your, there you go, beautiful. Okay. So do everything you can to get to that rock, and then I'll give you azimuth. And so give maybe a rock really near it, a little with your jaws, just to show yourself how it moves. There you go. Nice. Find another one to poke at. Cool, great. Okay. Are you ready to have azimuth? Okay. There you go. Now see if you can, so the next thing to learn is that your jaws are currently locked. Another thing you're going to realize about this is that the jaws are weird. You're not positional, you're rate. So they're going to keep closing or opening no matter what you do.
Okay.
So, did you unlock your jaws at this point? Yep, jaws are unlocked. Now let go of your trigger. And it only happens at the very end. Huh. Oh yeah, you have to unhalt. There you go. So now press that a little bit to get a feel for how that works. They don't stay anywhere, which is why it's so challenging to pick up crumbly rocks, right? So that's the thing we're always fighting. That's why we make it look so hard. Yeah. So you know your little rock that you're going for? So when you go to grab it, the first thing I typically do is, once I've grabbed it, is go for grip lock so that I don't have to deal with it anymore. I think we're going for the littler one. Chris German, could you circle the rock again? Do we still have it?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I was on mute while I was sneezing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that one that
it's right to the left of the lasers,
Yeah,
correct?
I was thinking of this one.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But depends how big it is if it's just covered in sediment. That other one just seemed a bit big if we were going to get 6 that size this trip.
So I'm not sure your level of experience with other arms, so just let me know if there's something that you're wondering about. And I'll let you figure out overall strategy if you want. Yes, I would say so. Nice. Yeah, isolating that elbow is one of the trickier joints. Do you know, when I talk about each joint, do you know which ones I'm talking about? Okay. So elbow is the one that's way up in the air. And it's the hardest one, I think, to isolate. Can I give you a tip about how to deal with these super gangly jaws? I would come at a rock like this, either straight up and down, or from the side with the jaws opening side to side. Because having them open up and down like this, they're just too gangly for that style of grab. Yeah. Yeah, they're terrible like that. But they do grab corals really nicely. So yeah, oh, I haven't, it's a rocker. Yeah. I don't have it set up in that following arm mode where it follows your, you can set it up that way, but it's not a great way to teach this arm because it's also very touchy. Another thing is, I'm just gonna keep piling on. Sometimes this thing fails to index or fails to freeze. So you should be, every time you freeze it, do a little move just to check to make sure you actually froze it. Nice job feathering the closure to get it half closed and stay like that. That's hard to do. That one looks attached. Yeah, that one's attached. It looks small, but...
Okay, so how about that one you first thought of?
Yeah.
That one just that? Or... Yeah, or if not that one is either one of those two. Whichever is easier.
So for those positions, it might behoove you to come at them from the top. the nice thing about the giant gangly jaws is you can pick up really big rocks with them. Yeah, it's a funny angle you got to get that one. One thing you can do to try and break them loose, if close your jaws and just use, because you're used to using parallel jaws, correct? Close your jaws all the way, and then you've got this hook, and you can stick it underneath the lip. If it will help, you can get yourself jaw locked so that you can start to rotate and things like that.
Would it be helpful to have some zoom?
Would you like some zoom? Yeah, it does look stuck. Huh.
That's cool.
These are all very deceptive, hey? They look like they're loose rocks everywhere. What about
so
the
how
one?
about this one here? Looks like it's sitting on top of another
read
rock.
my mind, Chris.
And if that one doesn't work, there's one up here that's looks like it's loose and a bit smaller, but if that one's liftable,
Yeah, I feel like
go for that one I circled. Yeah, the one that
yeah.
Megan's right at now. The one to its right is definitely sitting loose on top of rocks, but this one's a bit smaller, I think.
Yeah, commit to that full, yeah, and then you can sort of wiggle the arm a bit and see if you can get that rock to come free. And it's okay that you move the vehicle. Sometimes that's what it takes. No dice. I guess we're going for the loose one, hey?
Yep, let's do that.
Yeah, that one. Cool. Where do we want to put this data?
Well, we haven't taken anything yet, so that might be the big ones in the starboard bow box, or either the forward ones.
Okay. Can you lock your grip? Also, yeah, halt and lock your grip. Okay, so next thing, so I'm going to put this in the starboard bio box. So the way I like to set up for that is I go, bring the arm all the way up, elbow all the way in. Oh, we should actually probably, why don't you hold it up to the camera so they get a good picture of it?
Thank you.
Do you need it
Okay, let's get a zoom.
Scale, or is that good?
A little spin would be good, please.
Okay.
A spin?
Yes, please. Okay, thank you.
Good. Okay, go wide
You
video.
just do that so you don't have to watch the dust off later.
Yeah.
It's the first part of Chris's prep done.
And, okay, so it's time to set up for coming around to the starboard box. So you're going to azimuth over to the right a little bit, and you're going to get the elbow and everything all tucked right up in, as far in as they'll go. There you go. And then the next thing I do is I yaw all the way left. It's just to keep it from hitting any slopes. So stop your azimuth now. Bring your yaw all the way left. There you go. And this tucks you up away from all the slope. And so now you can azimuth around until you can see yourself in the other camera. And then once you're set up there, I'll take it. Because it's kind of a lot to wrap your brain around the first time with this arm. Okay, that's good right there. Give it a freeze and that tiny little wiggle. And you feel good about your freeze, so you can set it down. Nice job. If we have another one like that, you can do it again. Yeah, sweet. It's definitely different. Yeah, it's a really different experience from the shilling arms. Yeah. Did you feel the difference, like where it's like very, very granular control as opposed to like much more like sweeping control? Yeah, exactly. And this one you're just like little tiny moves. You prefer the little tiny moves? I do too, I would say. Can I have sample salvo and starboard box out? I don't want to look at those butt cams anymore. Sweet. In one of the big ones, hey?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a kind of big rock. All the little ones wouldn't move.
I know, this was the right one.
It's very rectangular.
Okay, cool.
Awesome, thank you. And Megan, that is 339.
339. AKA Megan's rock.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that.
If Adam wants
Okay,
to give
starboard
somebody
box
a rock, I'll take
closed.
that one.
Slowly. All right, starboard box closed. You want your dive salvo or dive special salvo back?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Also, while we're here, since the lower cam is giving issues, do you want me to replace it to the PC view of lower cam? Because it's all jittery and
oh, wow,
stuff.
yeah. What if I did, have you guys not had any luck with rebooting the...
Apparently, according to Dave, we did do a couple reboots, but didn't have any luck. So are you okay with me changing that to the PC view?
That
lower?
sounds great.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's better than this.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll look over there, man, like, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Thanks, Gabby. That was great.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to back down because we don't need to do that any more times today. And I'll have you come up as I back down. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm still sort of pulling my head back together, but you were saying you have an overview of things going on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Does Robert know that the res is at 1? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. But we've done really nothing to change the tilt, correct? Cool. Yeah, thank you for having the big picture in mind through all of that. That was some killer teamwork. And Robert managed to talk me through something that I've never done before. So that was really cool. Yeah, I see that. But it seemed to pull really nicely, pull straight really nicely when we stretched it out. What else is going on? Should probably take just a look through all of the menus here and make sure no funny business. That I didn't accidentally secure a thruster or something. Yeah, thank you, video. You were the key. I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to see Atalanta that whole time.
Yeah.
But that worked good. There was
Okay,
like a good balance between trying to figure out lighting properly and getting iris right, and because that midwater stuff's so disorienting. Everything looks good. Sounds good. I won't be in a rush to get anywhere here. Okay, so our plan is to go 085, you were saying, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Which we were set up to do.
Looks like the contours are going to tighten as soon as we set off, so it's going to be pretty steep all the way to
Oh,
waypoint 2.
it's going to be steep right away, hey?
Yeah, looks like.
Okay.
But we'll hit sort of a ledge at waypoint 2.
Okay. A
So
ledge at waypoint
where
2.
it's like going to be flat.
Okay. Sounds good.
That distance is 250 meters. Wow. It looks a lot smaller on the map. Maybe it's because we're far away.
Okay, have we been on the bottom for a little while? Where were we at in this dive?
We had been on the bottom about an hour when you were finishing straightening up.
Okay, so we were on the
So
bottom for
hadn't
like a
actually gone
half
anywhere.
hour when I sat down.
Yeah, I think it was 11:05 local time was when Adama put in the chat that they were on the bottom.
Okay.
So it was another hour after that was when we, about an hour and 15 minutes after arriving on bottom is when we set down for the first rock sample.
Okay, sounds good. Did anything else come up on the gauges? Sweet. That's great. Okay, looks like we're in good shape. You want to put in a move?
Yep. Bridge nav. Good afternoon. We would like a ship move, 20 meters, 085.
What are you thinking for speed, Gabby?
Thank you.
0.3 is fine.
You happy with 0.3
Yeah.
on these contours?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you want to go slower.
No, no.
Okay, yeah, we should be fine.
We're deep enough that you probably won't notice the difference between 0.2 and 0.3.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
Cool. Are there any like immediate sampling needs or requests, or are we pretty much dealt with those?
Nope.
I
Next
think that was it.
thing that we definitely know is a rock at waypoint 2.
Okay, sounds good. Rye, when you're comfortable, could you fire up the arm and set it down in a better stowed position? Yeah, that's fine. And I can hit the winch if necessary. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. And you can push the blue button.
I think that before this watch is out, everybody should get the chance to press the blue button.
Yeah.
It has a really nice click to it, I have to say. Yeah.
I'm not even sure
It's
it
a-
exists.
it's-
From the back
I'm
row,
not
there
even
is no
sure
blue
it
button. I think you've
exists.
just been stringing us along. It's just like a.
Gosh, just
There
for
are just
like,
some days you just don't feel like
drama.
sampling, and it's just like, nah.
It has great mechanical feedback.
yeah, it's very clicky.
That's how we like our buttons.
Is
Yeah,
it linked
for
to a
sure.
buzz collar as well, like for dog training? Okay.
It's very heavy. I'm just gonna stick
Yeah.
closer to you.
That would be awesome. I was about to.
It's just so heavy today.
I noticed that.
Yeah, actually, when we were looking at Atalanta from Herc just now, it was impressive just how much vertical
Oh, man.
motion there is going on just because of the swell on the surface. It's
Yeah.
I've
it is.
never actually looked at Atalanta from Herc before.
No, really?
It's not my
Oh, you
favorite
haven't done that thing?
view. I'm
It's
not
like,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
never mind vertigo. It's amazing how like a cable that you think is a soft thing can basically act like a piston rod.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like it's so tightly coupled with the motion of the back deck of the ship.
We had
It
so
really
many
is.
things happen on my last expedition
Yeah.
that, like, I've seen Atalanta from Herc like 10 times.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, but I've never been in the pilot seat for
Yeah.
it. I've seen Herc from Jason.
Yeah, that sounds like there would be a bad reason behind that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's weird when you see Atalanta and you're like, oh, it looks like I'm being followed. And like, you really are. But you don't get that normally.
No. It's very eerie. You don't expect to see somebody else down here.
Yeah, the way the current's going, this is good for me. Tether just kind of blowing off me, so.
Okay, sounds good.
But we'll just watch.
Sounds good.
Yeah, those heaves are like 3 meters right now. It's deceptive.
It did kind of help us fix our issue.
Yeah.
A very well-timed
Yes.
one.
I've definitely gotten like the tether hung up over the top of Atalanta a few times, and I just end up waiting for heaves to take it off.
Yeah.
Like turn a little bit and then hope
Just
that the heaves
this.
can do the rest.
I think the scariest one I've been involved with was having the ROV Isis hung up on a mooring at 60 degrees south
Oh, that's
in the
scary.
Antarctic.
man.
When it was a single body thing, so it was just like the buoyancy
Uh-huh.
Oh,
floats
no.
on the tether, so it was like a lazy S.
Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
boy.
We tried to explain why you'd pick the mooring up from the top and move it around, not from the bottom when you're on an ROV with a tether, but
Yeah.
the pilot had a better idea, and
Oh, no.
Oh,
Whoops.
no.
but then like having to unhook, basically having to grab hold of your own lifeline with your manipulator arm and nudge it down so it comes unhooked from a
Oh,
piece.
that sounds very hairy.
That was in an unforgiving environment of like, this is not going to be a good place for a dead boat recovery. If it does happen, it's
Okay.
I
so
could
we
ask for
have,
lower
I put in
swell.
a move.
Move
We
is
haven't
done.
felt it yet. Should we
Yeah.
make another one?
yeah. I'm not really super worried about
Yeah,
the
I feel
terrain
like we've
just
got
yet.
a
We've got
good
a little while.
probably 60 meters before we see something interesting.
Okay.
At least
Yeah.
that's my spidey sense talking.
Yeah.
Bridge nav.
And that's it. Megan's not fully broken yet. Like a myriad
We
of
would
rocks
like
to
a
look at,
20
and
meter
she thinks
move,
it's going to be 60
085.
meters before anything interesting happens.
Would you like me to take a 085 heading?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because I'm getting off in the cabbage.
But my frame of reference is allowing you to, so.
Yeah. It's It's your job to keep me in line.
Yeah. Stop being an enabler, right? It's time to stage an intervention.
Rye's the responsible adult.
I'll let you sniff all the things you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to sniff.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a fun question. What's the most unexpected object you've ever seen while on a dive?
Interesting.
Atalanta.
Herc.
Unexpected is a hard one because, like,
There was that time when we saw like Lindsay G's baseball cap. At the
Oh yeah,
bottom.
that was fantastic.
that, is
And
really
that made the.
I think it was a pretty deep dive too, right?
Yeah, I think it was deep.
It was deep enough that that was highly improbable.
Well, I just remember that story where he didn't want to wear a new baseball cap because he liked his, and then he was like, okay, fine, and then it flew off his head into the ocean, and we were looking for Amelia Earhart's airplane, but we found his hat.
Did you recover his hat as well?
That was very
Yeah, they
well
recovered the
told.
hat.
That's a great story.
That's so unexpected.
Did you recover his hat?
Yeah, they recovered the hat.
That's amazing. Well, his hat just went on a little trip, so.
And it was in the documentary they made, and he put the hat on.
Oh, that's really funny.
I actually think that's an improved hat after that.
And if you have, I think Disney Plus has that documentary on it, so if you're interested, I think it's like called Finding Amelia or something.
Expedition Amelia.
Expedition Amelia.
My most unexpected thing was 5 kilometers of somebody else's cable that we'd realized we'd got wrapped around with Nereus on the Mid-Cayman Rise.
Poor Nereus.
That is
It was,
Why did you have 5 kilometers of somebody else's cable?
Because we were like doing joint dives on the Mid-Cayman Rise, or like alternating to and fro with the Shinkai, the 6,500 like human-occupied submersible.
Okay.
But they'd been trying to do live, well, in fact, they'd been doing live broadcasts from the seafloor with this guy Ken Takai, who's like a rock star scientist. And so they were doing like a fundraising telethon type thing back in Japan with live broadcasts from the sub.
Oh yeah.
And they'd said they were going to be doing it with a fiber optic cable, which we thought they meant they were using something like we use for Nereus and
Go for zoom.
Nui, just like a single armored optical fiber cable. But in fact, they were using something equivalent to what we use for Herc.
It's so cute.
Oh, wow.
To connect from the ship down to the submersible, but they weren't used to doing it because they were used to just having a free-swimming submersible. And so mid-broadcast, they'd reverse back over the cable at the surface and cut through it with the props.
Oh, no.
So the whole 5 kilometers of cable had gone spiraling down to the seafloor.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, had not landed on top of the submersible and pinned it to the seafloor, so the sub got back.
Yeah.
But they'd said, well, okay, well, you should not come back here for a couple of days because we're going to do our best to like drag as much of the cable as we can off the vent site. But we were just doing a hill climb like one of these seamounts, and we suddenly realized that we could suddenly see their tether, like bright yellow like ours, was like running off the hillside towards us and disappearing back behind us. But all we had was a float pack for about 10 meters, and then the only thing connecting us to the rest of the planet was 5 or 6 kilometers of a single unarmored optical fiber, which if you put more than 8 pounds of strain on it would snap, and then our vehicle would just be, we'd have no control over it.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
And normally that would be fine because it's a buoyant vehicle, so it would just, the tether would break and it would just come up.
Right.
Except that we had some unknown amount of yellow cable laid across the top of the vehicle.
Holding it down to the bottom.
I've never had to reach so fast for the microphone for the for the telepresence to cut the audio feed to shore. It's like
Take a look at that little floater.
it was not family friendly language coming from the pilots and the engineers as they realized quite what situation they were in.
I cannot imagine. Oh.
Sea pen?
I think it's a dead sponge stock with some
But-
hydroids on it.
Oh, okay.
Happily, I mean, it was.
And on the rock on the right was a
Or maybe
wobbly
it's a
thing
tube
as well.
worm. Oh, I think it's a tube worm. It's a polychaete. You see that little
Yeah, the strand.
tongue? Yeah, that's like, it's kelp or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, tube worm.
And
I
just
like
to
its
the
shadows. It's like got stadium lighting on it.
Go on.
just to the right of here was a sponge or something, like this clear
Oh,
thing
there's
on
a
the rock.
megamale tunicate.
Is it a jelly?
It's
Tunicate.
a tunicate.
Go for zoom.
Oh my gosh, that blended right in. I didn't even
Isn't
see
that-
it.
Gabby saw it
How
first.
transparent was that?
Oh, I didn't see it, but I did know what it was as soon as I did see it.
What is
Tunicates
this?
are super weird.
Yeah.
It's a tunicate.
Oh, what is a tunicate?
It's a
That's the
chordate.
best question.
It's our
Yeah, like
closest,
what is in it?
it's our
Yeah.
closest and our relative.
It's like a
It's
really
a-
close
It's a
relative.
translucent NFL regulation football.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it is.
It's getting ready for preseason.
Go wide, please.
Actually, probably the season
That
started
is a
while we've been away.
preposterous
Yeah, it
answer.
is. I think they're a couple weeks in.
Preposterous? It's no.
That's
Surely not.
completely unlikely that that's a football, Chris.
A translucent football.
It's just probably not true.
You think they don't have fun down here when we're not looking? There's plenty of flat, empty spaces on this dive. We've seen lots of sediment. They could mark out a pitch easy.
Oh, yeah.
A football
Great.
field?
It's definitely good.
Especially if it's scaled down for the size of
We
the,
like a 20-meter move.
Yeah,
of the squat
085.
lobsters, right? You don't need like a... It only needs to be 10 yards, not 100 yards.
Do I need to make another comic of squat lobsters throwing a tuna kid around?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I need more ride comics.
I think it's like... I think there's another, yeah. There's another sticker required, Samantha.
Oh, more stickers, yeah.
Sticker and a comic.
Squat lobster quarterbacks.
This is gonna happen.
Hold on.
Their little jerseys are gonna be so cute.
Oh,
I
yeah?
have to have jerseys.
I am so looking forward to this comic.
There's something pink behind that
It
rock.
looks like a Holothurian, maybe?
Well, it's good we
Or
got
it's a
Jamie
slime
here.
star.
Jamie
What?
could be making notes for the next children's book.
Oh, yes.
Holothurian or slime star, put your bets in now.
And Samantha is going to
Tuna
draw
Cape
the
Brady.
most amazing
Oh, you're
thing.
right.
Tuna Cape
It's
Brady.
a
Tuna Cape
Holothurian.
Brady?
Tuna Cape Brady. Oh, I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, pink.
Okay, go on.
Good one.
That was a great observation.
Yep, absolutely. It's,
Oh yeah, that's another pink thing you can add to your
It's
list.
a color.
Perfect.
Jamie's never seen an organism that's pink that she didn't like.
That is true. What's the conspicuous pink sea cucumber, Megan? Is that what it's called?
The conspicuous sea
Conspicuous,
cucumber
what did I
from Kaneohe Bay.
What about recalcitrant carbon?
I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris
That was,
German
was that
telling
our
me about
breakfast
it.
conversation?
Yeah, it was amazing. I just love that there's carbon that's recalcitrant.
There is.
It's just like not really interested in doing things.
Right.
Like actually, that's what it is. That's
Yeah.
what recalcitrant carbon's about. Doesn't want to mix, doesn't want to react, just wants to hang out being carbon.
It's kind of what most of my body's made of around 11 o'clock at night when we're getting ready for the 12 to 4. It's the... I suddenly find like that, most of my body's turned into recalcitrant carbon. That's really quite happy in my bunk. It's like...
Can we have a comic about recalcitrant carbon and
Sure.
its analog, recalcitrant rye?
I also just want to hang out.
Or just recalcitrant carbon.
Recalcitrant. Mike calls me Rhizome.
Oh, I
Rhizome.
love that. That's really good.
That's my nickname.
Mm-hmm.
I just started a new book yesterday, A Letter to the Luminous Deep, and in this book they do a lot of naming of organisms in the same way that like recalcitrant carbon and
Yeah.
things like
oh,
that. I was
interesting.
like, I just feel really connected with this story because it feels very similar to what
Very
we're doing.
descriptive.
So they're on one of the characters is on a deep sea exploration mission, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on one of those.
Nice. Oh, that's really good.
Do you like reading books about like things that you are doing, or like I always like reading books about like things that I'm definitely not doing. Like,
You're definitely not doing.
I'm living the other thing. I don't
Well, like this story is fictional and set in a world that doesn't have hardly any land.
Okay,
All there
so
is like one atoll. So there's this fantasy sci-fi aspect to it.
That sounds good.
Which book is this?
A Letter to the Luminous Deep.
Can I have another move?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Maybe I'm being impatient, but
Bridge,
I
Nav.
want to go places.
I feel like we keep getting laid back.
Yeah, I know. We're just sucking up all these moves, but I guess after this move, I should probably just be patient
Can we
for a while.
move 30 meters, 085? We'll just make the move a little longer.
Okay.
It's our last dive. We've got to go as far as we can, right?
Yeah, we gotta make some tracks, see some things. Make the most
No
of
more
our
moves
watch.
after this.
Okay.
Never again.
Cut
Never
you
again,
off
no more
after
moves.
this.
I'm cut off. I have to actually make forward progress. We have to use up these moves.
We could describe each rock as we go past. Black one, black one, black one, one that's black.
We got flat
Black one.
ones, round ones, some as big as your head.
1 rock, 2 rock. No, there's no red rock.
Bill Haley.
About Adam's crying inside that we don't appreciate his rocks. Going, how can you think they're all the same?
I appreciate them, but just in my own biological way.
Adam's back in his bunk cuddling that 3D printout of Vailulu seamount that he hasn't shared.
Oh, there's something in the sediment over there on the left.
It's a rock. Oh no.
It's probably a sponge, but...
Oh, what is that?
It's casting a shadow.
It
so
is.
It's something different.
Zoom it.
This right here?
Yeah.
Go for zoom.
There's another one down to the left as well.
Is
What
it?
is it? It's a cucumber.
There's something
Oh,
just
yeah,
off
look
bottom
at that.
left of the screen as well.
This is like an amperima or a peniagony. Oh, there it goes.
Okay,
It's gonna
go wide.
swim.
Good wide.
Oh, or not.
Just caught some air for a couple seconds.
Just a little
okay.
bit. I totally thought it would swim for us. There's another thing in the sediment.
Yeah, there's something
Maybe it's another
down
worm.
there somewhere.
Oh, did you want me to look at something else?
Yeah,
There
like
was something else that was.
thick.
Let's go. Something should be coming into view. What's this?
Go for zoom.
Going for zoom.
What's that cloud of sediment that just formed in the upper camp? Is that from us?
Oh, that was us.
That was us.
Yeah, just because I thrusted backwards, which sends jets of water forwards.
It's not something in the sand.
Probably
Is
not.
that a thing, Megan, or is that
No,
remnants
it's
of
not
a
a
thing
thing.
or a
It's
worm
just like a
cast
little-
or something?
Sediment caught up in some mucus.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the cucumber.
Bye, cucumber.
Bye.
Probably
It's
the
sledding.
fastest he's ever
It's
moved.
getting its winter. It's getting its winter sports on.
Do cucumbers move fast? Like, can they move fast?
Um,
Or are they very slow?
they can generally move. They can move fast sometimes.
Does it depend on how fast the current is moving?
That definitely helps them if they're going to take off. But sometimes when they swim, they can do some pretty like intense crunches.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time we collected one, put it in the forward bio box, and we opened it again to put something else in there, and the cucumber like took off, and it was just like flapping away, doing the crunches, trying to get out of the box.
Doing its Michael Phelps thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, our manipulator
Launching itself
operator came
into the
in
pool
with the
and heading
arm
out.
and was like, boop, bonked it right back in.
Do you think these tracks in the sand are also from the sea cucumber?
Yeah, a lot of them could be for that sea cucumber, and then we saw that urchin earlier, so
Yeah,
could be
that
from
had
that
tracks
too.
too.
Almost done with that one. Okay, I think we're starting to see some movement.
Oh yeah, great.
Is that a sponge up there?
It's a dead sponge.
Yeah.
Was but yes. Yeah, when they're that brownish, yellowish color, it's
Not in a good way.
yeah, indication of it's no longer among us.
It is an X-sponge.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is asking how old do we think the rocks are in this location?
Older than me.
Older than
Like-
Megan and less than infinity.
Yeah.
Less than, I mean, some hundreds of thousands of years at least.
Oh,
Maybe into the millions, I think. I need to go look on a bigger map to remember exactly where we are compared to Tutuia. But I think like the last seamount we worked out should be at least 500,000 years old.
wow.
So, and these are still young, right? But
I'm gonna do another move.
but the West Pacific seafloor
Bridge nav.
is. Can we
Go
zoom
for
on
zoom.
that, please?
Go for zoom.
Yeah, we'd like a 30-meter
The
move.
oldest seafloor in the
085.
Pacific is the oldest seafloor anywhere, and it gets to about 200 million years old,
Oh,
just before
wow.
it goes down the subduction zones
Okay,
of
go
the
on.
trenches just west of here. So the seafloor that the volcanoes are built on is much, much older, probably like 100 to 150 million years old.
Oh,
But the seamounts themselves are probably younger than that, at least the ones linked to the hotspot and the islands. Those are probably are basically older variations of the Vailulu seamount, which is basically brand new. It's still forming today.
yeah.
And so for every 10 kilometers you go west of that is probably about 100,000 years in age.
Wow. That's intense.
So we
Thank
could
you.
probably we could multiply the distance from here in a straight line to Vailulu, multiply that by 100,000, and you'd get 10,000 times distance in kilometers would get you a ballpark age.
Okay, that's pretty old.
There's a little dandelion siphonophore.
Oh, nice. Right. Do you want to fly?
Sure, yeah.
More stuff for my legs. For those of you listening in at home, it's a razor.
And I'm back.
So we've been changing seats in the front row, changing seats in the back. Jamie has just, Jamie's just vacated as our spot hitter for Science Communication Fellow. So
Great.
for our last watch, we've got the gang completely back together now with
Sweet.
Belle back in the Science Communication seat.
Awesome.
So if we're just driving along at the moment, maybe now's the time for our final edition of self-introductions.
Oh, you guys waited for me.
We did. We're not going to start without you, Belle.
Oh, guys. Well, since this is our
So
last
we
watch,
definitely want to be aggressively staying out front here because we've got a lot of
Yeah.
way back in stored up. So you're just going to keep moving.
yeah.
There's not something different about the cameras today, is there? No.
There could be. I mean, I just probably have them at a weird angle.
It's all good.
Or the white balance is different, or, you know,
No.
any number of things.
Tell
Sure.
everyone,
You want me to try different tilts?
this is
No,
Isabel
it's good. I'm getting
Halachituya,
used to it.
sitting in the Science Communication Fellow seat. But before I do pass the time over,
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to try not to get too emotional.
Oh,
And I'm a crybaby. Just want to thank
because
you
lowers
guys
in that thing. I know why.
so much for the opportunity.
It's all good. Honk. Steep.
For sitting here and watching alongside you guys in my backyard. 43 years, who knew that I was going to be here, sitting here in this room with experts.
There we go.
You don't get opportunities like this in the classroom or at the work field. You actually get it in expeditions like this, and I've learned so much. And you guys are so awesome, all of you guys, and the folks that are not in different watches. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for accepting me and sharing with me your knowledge. And I know you guys worked countless of years going to school and learn all this, and yet you guys have opened me with open arms, shared your experience and your knowledge. I do appreciate it. And my own mission was to learn as much as I can, so that way when I go back and share my experience to teachers and students. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity. Thank you for talking and just hearing you guys. That's why I'm so quiet most of the times, is because I'm taking in as much as I can. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys again, and even allowing me to do the interviews. It's been a wonderful experience. This is by far my favorite trip, or call it whatever. I've learned a lot from you guys in only 23 days.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Fatai malualofa ma avele tangata fatawai e a'o ai ma malama I hisi fo I mea. Yeah. Thank
Can
you.
you stop this move that you got in?
Thank you, Belle. And I think on behalf of us all, it's been such a pleasure to have you here as part of our team.
Just watch getting off in the cabbage
sharing
there.
the things that you know, and about, like you say, the fact that we're here in your backyard. It's been great for you to invite us and allow us to be here and working in the marine sanctuary and in and among the islands that are your home. And I think your ability to share with us some of the knowledge and understanding of what's happening in this area as well
if you zero your z-bias.
It's added so much value and flavor to what we've been doing as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll have big hugs after this meeting without the microphone.
Thank you so much, Belle, for having us here.
And so I think for the rest of the round of introductions, because Belle's always been pretty good at putting us on the spot in the past, I think the rest of us should introduce ourselves with two things that are true about ourselves and one that is not. And people at home and in the room can try and guess which ones are true and which ones are not. And I'll just make it easy because I haven't thought about the answer. So I'm going to say that I am Chris German. I am the watch lead. And I have been driving for the first 15 minutes of this watch, which is how we got quite so entangled.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'm also on the science team. And I also want to say thank you to Belle for having us and for being so generous with your knowledge and for teaching us so much. And it has been really wonderful to have you on our watch and on our cruise, and I hope to see you again at some point, maybe. I hope. And I have no idea about my 2 truths and a lie. That is hard when you have 20 seconds to think about it. Come back to me. I'll pass the responsibility on to the next Chris.
Oh boy. Well, I'd also like to follow and say that it's been an incredible privilege to be here and to experience this expedition. And also thank you, Belle, for everything, for being here with us and helping us guide through it. And my name's Chris. I'm in the data seat, and I moonlight as an ROV pilot. Those are my 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, yeah, those were your 2 truths and a lie, okay. What's that? No, you're doing good. I was just looking at Megan because I think she has to come up with 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been like thinking about it for the last like few minutes, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, so I'm Megan. I am the navigator, and I'm really privileged to be here too. I wasn't actually scheduled to be on this